Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. I always say that poetry is so important because poets say it good. Wherever you go, a bard has probably been there before. And also because poetry is language that has to be penetrated, so it teaches you something about imagery and symbolism. As Rumi says, "Come, worshippers, wanderers, lovers of leaving. Ours is not a caravan of despair. No matter how many times you've broken your vow, come, come again." So, how does attraction happen here? Well, first you feel the ultimate solidarity, which is the poignancy of the human predicament. Everybody's experiencing the ups and downs of life, what I call the rip-roaring roller coaster, the twists and turns, the unexpected surprises, the ghastly and the gracious. And so I always say that relationship is the yoga of the West. Intimacy means into me you see. Are you willing to share what's going on with you? Now, true, it may be a reductionistic way to say feel it to heal it, or name it to tame it. Yeah, there's a certain truth to being able to articulate what's going on, to assess the emotion adequately, and to express it appropriately. That's a true growth curve. And also, the therapy is as high as your therapist. So if you get Joe Schmo for your therapy, as opposed to Buddha for your therapist, that could have a lot to do with what you're going to learn and how they reflect back to you what you can do with your own private demons, the shame or the woundedness that we all carry with us. But when you practice yoga or therapy or whatever is your way to personal growth, you get a little strength, inner strength and perseverance. One of my teachers says, you become like a lacquered cup. So if you drop, you have some bounce to you, as opposed to you're like grandma's delicate china, where if you drop it, it shatters all over. So the important thing is to realize that most of us have had schooling that's been the wrong schooling. It's the intentional conditioning that makes you forget what's really important. And you build your whole life around getting a job. And that's where you see the god of economics has kicked out all the other gods and goddesses of the temples. It's taken over history through technology, through literalism, through materialism. And we forget that the most important thing is our spiritual connection. So the real hierarchy of purpose is to find out who you are and how you're connected to living spirit. I always like to say that as you get older, elders ought not to be the ones who line up to get medicine. Elders are the ones who you go to because they should be dispensing medicine in the form of their life wisdom. Everybody has a spirit within them that's always whispering in your ear. It may not tell you exactly what to do, like Socrates' daimon. It may only cautionary and tell you, don't do this. And if you don't listen to the daimon in you, it can become demonic. Whereas if you do listen to the inner voice, the phrase is called eudaimonia, like euphoria, eudaimonia, which means the satisfied inner spirit. That's probably similar to santosha or contentment as they talk about it in yoga. So whether you learn by investigation and you become an autodidact and you study these things yourself, whether you hang out in the aura of a teacher, a mentor, a guide, a guru, by proximity, something happens through osmosis. Being around them, you learn what it's like. You see what it's like when you're cooked, while you're still cooking. So the thing I tell everybody is remember to find a better balance between what you do as tension relieving and what you do as goal achieving. Keep aspiring, and most important, I like to say, remember your own ethnicity, remember your own culture. It's so important to honor that you're here on the blood and bones of your ancestors, and if you understand that, you'll be able to recognize it in other people, and that's what the world needs more, a recognition of the beauty of diversity, the universality within the individuality, and that's the way that we can heal the planet and build social capital, which is social trust in one another.